Hi, my Bitcoin followers! Because Bitcoin is so powerful and has so much potential, Bitcoin's projected value and estimated growth could be astronomical. Speculation from crypto analysts and industry experts suggests that Bitcoin's long-term value could reach over $100,000 to as much as $1 million per BTC in the future. But today, we will be telling you about how high can Bitcoin actually go. Without further ado, let's begin. Bitcoin was the first public use of blockchain technology created in 2009 by an anonymous developer dubbed Satoshi Nakamoto. Blockchains are the backbone of most cryptocurrencies, and it's how cryptocurrency transactions can be verified and secured. Bitcoin's blockchain is powered by a network of cryptocurrency miners. Anyone can mine Bitcoin using dedicated computer hardware. Hundreds and thousands of miners across the world currently mine Bitcoin to secure its network. These miners keep up with cryptocurrency transactions using a distributed ledger, and when 51% of the network agrees that a transaction is legitimate, it uploads to the blockchain. Once a transaction is uploaded to the blockchain, it's impossible to alter. Back when Bitcoin was created, its goal was to become a peer-to-peer digital currency that can be used as a borderless payment system. Since it has seen mass adoption, however, scalability issues have made other cryptocurrencies better options for peer-to-peer transactions. Today, most investors see Bitcoin as a decentralized store of value, and it can be viewed as digital gold. At its all-time high prices, Bitcoin surpasses a $1 trillion market capitalization. While this market capitalization makes Bitcoin more valuable than most publicly traded companies, other assets may represent the value proposition of Bitcoin better. Many investors compare Bitcoin to gold because of its finite scarcity and use as a store of value. Gold has a market capitalization of around $8 trillion, or roughly 700% that of Bitcoin's. If Bitcoin becomes a widely adopted store of value, it's not unreasonable to compare the market capitalization of Bitcoin to gold. Bull case for Bitcoin. Bitcoin bulls have compared this market cycle to the 2015 cryptocurrency market cycle, where cryptocurrency had a local top earlier in the year with a blow-off top later on in the cycle. The top of the cycle could very well be in 2022, where Bitcoin could reach the six-figure range. If Bitcoin can reach the same market capitalization as gold, around $8 trillion, then we'd see roughly 700% increase in its price. This would put the digital asset at around $330,000 per coin. More realistic estimates for Bitcoin this market cycle range from $100,000 to $180,000. Bear case for Bitcoin. In the worst-case scenario, we're in the beginning of a cryptocurrency bear market. With Bitcoin's price dropping over 50% from its peak, some investors are concerned about a multi-year bear market in the works. If we are indeed at the beginning of a bear market, you can expect Bitcoin to drop roughly 80% from its all-time high prices. Each prior cryptocurrency market cycle saw around an 80% drop in Bitcoin's price. But with more mass adoptions, it's likely Bitcoin's price won't fall as significantly as in the past. An 80% drop would put Bitcoin just under $13,000. The amount of time it takes for Bitcoin to reach $100,000 depends on whether we're still in the cryptocurrency bull market. If the bull market continues, it's likely we'll see a six-figure Bitcoin by early 2022. While this may sound like a lofty goal, it's in line with the previous returns we've seen this bull run. Bitcoin took a mere 4 months to double its price from $30,000 to $60,000. While it'll take a lot of new capital to push Bitcoin to $100,000, it's not an unreasonable price target in the short to mid-term. If we're in a bear market already, it may take years to see new all-time high prices. Each cryptocurrency marketing cycle has gotten longer than the one before it, so it's likely that this trend could continue. If Bitcoin isn't able to make new all-time highs in the coming months, a six-figure Bitcoin may not be in the cards until at least 2023. If you're enjoying the video, then make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more interesting videos about Bitcoin. By historical standards, Bitcoin is a phenomenal investment. It's beaten the returns of all other asset classes over the past decade, and it hasn't slowed down yet. With institutional investors buying Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency markets have seen widespread validation for the first time ever in 2021. The cryptocurrency markets have seen a sharp downturn after the price surge we saw earlier this year, but many long-term investors saw this as an opportunity to accumulate crypto at lower prices. Since then, we've seen Bitcoin surge more than 50% from its bottom, and more investors are again becoming bullish on the asset class as a whole. It's Fundstrat Global Advisors Tom Lee. He says it can reach $100,000 by the end of 2021. The firm's co-founder and head of research recommends investors follow a simple rule. If Bitcoin crosses above its average price over the last 200 days, a long-term momentum measure, then it's time to buy. The coin crossed that hurdle in recent days. We think Bitcoin will rally strongly into year-end, Lee wrote in a note. The rally comes despite potential new tax reporting requirements. A change to cryptocurrency reporting rules in Congress's infrastructure bill was blocked Monday, leaving language for broad oversight of virtual currencies in the legislation that was later passed in the Senate on Tuesday. Crypto is going to be a major source of tax revenue to fund infrastructure, Emily Choi, president and chief operating officer of Coinbase Global Inc., said in a Bloomberg TV interview. That actually is a very positive thing. It's no longer a fringe thing. Crypto has ultimately entered the mainstream here. This was a setback, there's no doubt about it for the past week, but we're playing the long game here. Blockchain Association Kristen Smith said she was surprised the coin advanced during the infrastructure bill debate. She thought the opposite would have happened. She said, "I do not understand the prices. I thought prices would be tanking because of the bad language that some suggested out there," she said on Bloomberg's Quick Take Stock streaming program on Monday, ahead of the provision's blockage. People are seeing the effectiveness that the crypto community and crypto industry has in Washington. And I think there's confidence that we'll ultimately be able to get the policies right. To be sure, tying fundamental development to any Bitcoin moves has been a mistake, said David Donabedian, Chief Investment Officer of CIBC Private Wealth Management. What's driving it is momentum and money flows, and a little bit of overall risk-on, risk-off sentiment in markets, he said. Anything you say or write about Bitcoin, you can always do a big percentage. It's up to 50%, yes, but it went down 50% from April to June, he said, adding, there is no credible way to value it. The Bitcoin price topped $60,000 earlier this year before crashing, losing around 40% of its value in a matter of weeks. But many crypto investors remain confident Bitcoin will surge far past its recent highs and potentially boost other small cryptocurrencies. Now, one early Bitcoin investor that manages a $2.8 billion crypto-focused fund has predicted huge mainstream adoption could push the Bitcoin price up by around 1,500% within the next decade. So guys, let me know down in the comments section below, how high can Bitcoin go by the end of this year? For more interesting content, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more awesome and interesting videos related to Bitcoin. Have a nice day, and I will see you in the next video.